airku, negaraku.
Right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Right, to all peoples from Kedah and outside Kedah, from all around Malaysia. My name is again Mr. Ibrahim Masad, and I'm currently teaching in Sekolah Menengah.
I think Mr. Imran is having a technical issue. Okay.
Right, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, just now there was some technical issue.
All right, I was just introducing myself. I'm Mr. Ibrahim Masad. I'm currently teaching in Sekolah Menengah Fauzi, and with me is
I'm Mr. Alif. I'm teaching in SMK Teluk Bayu, Sungai Petani. Yeah, nice to meet you all.
So we are here today to help you guys, even though we know that you have learned everything that you need to for your SPM paper, starting with your paper 3, speaking, and paper 4, listening, and you will continue your journey towards finishing your high school with in English specifically. If I'm not mistaken, on the 21st of February, right, Mr. Ali?
Yes, it should be your second day or third day paper, if I'm not mistaken. After you have some Melayu paper first.
Okay, so I think Mr. Ali, you can share the slides because I can't seem to share the slide here. All right, so today we are supposed to focus on your paper 1, part 4 and part 5 if we can, and a bit of your writing, okay, a bit of writing in general, because you have done with Madam Aiman and Madam Sarah, if I'm not mistaken, a fortnight ago. And then Mr. Alif will cover a little bit in general about your paper 3, speaking. Okay, so Mr. Alif.
Oh, I need to delete the previous slide. Time to upload.
Alright. Okay, so for part 4 of your reading paper, okay, specifically for Kedah trial examination, so there are a lot of tips that I have given to my students and some of the students where I have given my answering technique for reading paper. So, and then I believe students, people you have been taught by your teachers since you were in Form 4. No, I think since you were in Form 3 for gap text exercises. All right. So I hope that if we can share the slides for reading. If not, I think we will move towards discussing writing paper and speaking paper first, and then once we rectify the problem for the slides for reading, and then inshallah, if time permits, we will continue to do so. Okay, so I think, Mr. Alif, I think we need to start with writing and speaking first.
Okay, we shall.
Thanks a lot. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned before, a fortnight ago, you have done a little bit of writing specifically for Kedah trial papers, writing paper. And you have done a session with Mr. Azrul and Mr. Yazid, and of course with Mr. Alif here and Madam Aiman for listening. So basically, we have done everything that we can to help you to add on what you already know, what you have learned from your esteemed, dynamic and excellent teachers in your respective schools. So hopefully today's session will help you guys to further clarify anything that you might have any question on. So please feel free to ask us any question or give us comment, like, subscribe for Yayasan Impact. So for that, we would like to thank Yayasan Impact and Delta for giving us the opportunity to help students all around Malaysia, specifically students with lower proficiency level for English. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so basically we are going to move on to analysis of the state trial questions. Like I told you before, a fortnight ago, Madam Aiman and Madam Sahara have analyzed and scrutinized Kedah State trial paper. And hopefully today we are going to give a bit of overview and analysis what had come out for the state trial questions all around Malaysia. Okay, next. So basically, if you can see here, for part one, next Miss Arif, we're going to get rid of the banner, the ribbon.
Maybe I open it on my computer first.
Okay, no problem. All right, so basically, if you can see here, for part one, majority of the states are focusing on the theme, one of the four themes, okay, that you have learned, that we have learned together since we were in Form 1. The four themes are people and culture, health and environment, science and technology, consumerism, and financial awareness. So majority of the states focus on people and culture. And as you can see, the pattern there are surprise party, farewell parties, surprise birthday party, family day, okay, local food, movie, tuition class. Alright, so basically most of the theme, okay, kebanyakan bertema-tema. Okay, most of the theme in the question are focusing on people and culture for part 1. Why? Because for part 1, the question supposedly a bit informal. Taklah terlalu formal, taklah terlalu rigid, taklah terlalu static, because you are exchanging email, you are exchanging question. Kamu bersalin you are exchanging, kamu bertukar-tukar pendapat, you are exchanging views, okay, with your pen pal or your friends, okay, from other states or other countries. Okay, so that is it for part 1. I hope you can be patient for a while because I think we are having a bit of technical difficulty. Okay, we can move on to our next slides.
Okay, I'm not sure why this slide comes back in. It has blocked. Never mind, can we proceed to the one?
Okay, no problem. Okay, next. So this is a sample question from police. All right. So remember the theme, people and culture. So from here is, if you look at the question, Julia, who needs your advice on what to buy for her mother as a birthday gift. Okay, birthday gift. If I'm not mistaken, there are questions about also gift for the father and other people that I can't remember now. Okay, so what you need to remember, okay, please enhance your vocabulary so that you will not misunderstood the question. For example, if you look at the question here, the first statement, my mom's birthday is just around the corner. What does it mean by around the corner? Mr. Ali?
Yeah. I think it means if you turn the corner, you can see the thing. Is that right?
So basically, you are taking the meaning as literal meaning of around the corner. Okay, di corner seterusnya, di simpang seterusnya. Okay, so if you misunderstood the question, you might lose some marks for your content or communicative achievement as well as your language. All right, if you respond towards that statement. All right, so just around the corner, of course, it means it is near. My mom's birthday dah dekat dah. Tak jauh dah, tak lama dah. So I would like to surprise her with a birthday gift. What present should I get her then? So if you look at this is a sample question, a very simple and straightforward question where every every question mark is actually your content points. All right. So what present should I get her then? You can talk about giving her an iPhone, Samsung phone, a laptop, or even a bouquet of flower. All right, and why? Give reason, justification. Why do you think I should get her that present? Okay, so you can make it as interesting as possible, not too informal, and of course, make it logical. Jangan buat pelik-pelik sangat nak bagi hadiah baju kepada mak saya kerana ayah saya tidak mampu untuk bagi itu. Ayah saya ni memang tak bertanggungjawab. Okey dah. So you are not hanging, you are not opening the skeleton, showing people the skeleton in your closet. Skeleton in closet means keburukan di keluarga anda. Nanti pemeriksa tengok, Masya Allah, rupanya keluarga dia ada masalah. No. Okay, alright. You can create your own story, your own situation, but make it logical, make it as interesting as possible. Alright. Where can I go to buy her the suggested present? Okay, you can put the shop, the store, or specifically Ahmadjaya Mall in Kedah, or Kulim Mall in Kulim. What mall? Ipoh Parade Mall, or Melaka Parade Mall. I forgot the specific name for the mall. Alright, it is up to you. But this question asks directly for the content that you need to put in your essay. But for the next question, Mr. Alif.
Alright.
Okay, so this one is from Penang, set number 1. Alright, again, you have to understand the words, the diction, the lexis in the question correctly. If not, for example, here, I am on cloud 9 at the moment. Yes, you understand at the moment means pada masa ini, pada masa sekarang. I am on cloud 9. What is on cloud 9?
Maybe you are floating in the clouds.
Yes, if you said I'm floating at the moment, I'm so happy, I'm so high. All right, Mr. Zakaria, I'm sorry because we have the technical issue for our slides for paper 1. So now we are moving on to paper 2 first. If we can rectify the problem, then we will discuss paper 1. If not, inshallah, we will continue with paper 2 and paper 3 first. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Zakaria.
Question,
we can stay here first. Yes.
Another question there. How many points should we write by Miss Izzah Aziza?
All right. Thank you, Miss Izzah Azalia. All right. It is up to the questions. So you can put one. It is according to the question. For example, can you move back to the previous slide, Mr. Alif? Okay. So for this one, what present should I get her then? 1 point. Okay. Give reason, at least 1 or 2 reason. Okay. So you have, if you give 2 reasons, you have 3 points, and then you can state where can you buy her the suggested present, and you can give elaboration or reason for that. Why do you need to go there? Because there are a variety of choices for what you are going to buy for her. So you may give 5 points. Okay, a bit different points, different function. Okay, so what present, reason, at least 2 reason, and then where can I go to buy the suggested present? Where is it? With elaboration or justification. Why? So at least, because you know you have 5 content points, try to at least give 5 points. Okay? All right. Thank you for the question. Okay, next slide. All right. As I've told you before, this question given from Penang is not as straightforward as the one given by Perlis, where it has 3 question marks. Okay? Where the 3 question marks is actually the content points. But here, if you look at the first question mark, do you remember I told you that I participated in a poetry writing competition last month? Is there any content point there, Mr. Alif?
I think that's just something the writer is telling us, right?
Yes, ada mudahnya berbahasa basi. Because if you are asking opinion, if you are communicating with someone, you should not just go straight forward to what you want. sepatutnya adalah berbudi bahasa, ataupun we explain what we are going through right now, a good news, or maybe we can share our bad news first. It is up to us, it is up to you, but if we are focusing on real world situation, that's what we need to do. Don't just straightforward, hello, Assalamualaikum, nak 1,000. Tak kenal kan? You have to berbahasa basi. Kenalah berbudi
And
bahasa.
for small talk for
Yes, small talk. Yes,
it's
that's
small talk first.
okay. So you remember I told you that I participated in a poetry writing competition last month. If you answer that question, you are basically responding to what Alex has given you. Okay, what he has told you about. So you are basically responding to that. Yes, I do remember that. Congratulations, because you won the 3rd place. Okay. Alright, I'm happy that you are planning to celebrate by treating your family to a fancy dinner. So basically, you are responding to what Alex has told you. Okay. Alright. And then, what do you suggest? That is actually what you need to focus on for your content, even though there's only one question. So what do you suggest? You can give multiple suggestions. Okay, you can give 3 suggestions with 3 reasons. So you can have full content points, or you can give 1 suggestion and 4 reasons and elaboration. Okay, so for us, I believe if you can, please give more than 1 suggestion, so that you will not crack your brain to think of a lot of reasons, a lot of elaboration, a lot of justification for just 1 suggestion. Okay, for example, what should I do with the rest of the money? You can donate the money to charity, because it seems that you are low on pahala. Boleh, but it is probably not a bit logical to write to your friends, especially for your examination. So you can say that, Mr. Ali, what do you suggest if I ask you what should I do with the rest of the money?
Okay, since you already bought fancy dinner for your family, maybe you can buy something that you really want, maybe a new watch, or maybe a novel that you like. Maybe you can
Yes. Basically, reward ourselves. So don't be shy, don't be embarrassed, don't feel that you are not allowed. You are not allowed to how to say. You are not allowed to reward yourself with what you like, because you do. Okay.
You should
All right,
reward yourself.
Mr. Motaqim. Is it wrong if we give straightforward answer in this email question? Don't worry, it is not wrong. It is not wrong. Okay, according to the marking scheme, you can give straightforward answer in this email. But please avoid giving simple idea, avoid using simple sentences, because of course you want to get a lot of marks. You want to get the maximum marks for content, which is 5, communicative achievement, which is 5, again, organization, and of course, language. So if you use compound sentences, if you use complex sentences, if you give complex ideas, it will enhance your probability for you to get the maximum mark for email, which we all know is basically a bonus question for those who can answer email question part 1. Alright, so because your target should be, if you proficient in English, should be 20 or at least 19 out of 20 for email. Alright, thank you for the question. Good. Okay, so basically that is it for some samples for part 1. Moving on to part 2. Alright, so this is the analysis for part 2. We can see a bit of random. Okay, random atau berselerak dia punya pattern, a bit of randomized pattern, because of course I don't believe that the person who set up the question for each state discuss amongst each other. Okay, negeri ni dah buat soalan mana, negeri ni buat soalan mana. Okay, we don't know that. Okay, but according to this, okay, we can see that it is the pattern are more distributed evenly compared to part 1, which is focusing more on people and culture, something that is a bit informal, tak terlalu formal, tak terlalu rigid. Okay, but for example, you can see here activities with friends, okay, household chores, music, future, career. Right, for those who answer your own respective state trial question, you know you have discussed, and I believe you have discussed with your respective teachers your strengths and your weaknesses. And hopefully we have teachers who thankfully, thank God, has compiled all the questions for all trial questions, and you can do that as your exercises, extra exercises for you to prepare for your real SPM papers. Okay, let's look at a sample, two sample questions for part 2, please. Next slide. All right, from Malacca. Okay, your class has been discussing ambitions and your teachers has asked you to write an essay about an occupation. So remember, for students who are very proficient, this is easy for you. But we have to remember about our friends who are less fortunate, least proficient compared to us, okay, in terms of English proficiency level. Alright, so they may understand the word ambition, cita-cita, but they may not understand the word occupation. That's why I've told my students again and again, and I believe your teachers have told you too, please enhance your vocabulary. You don't have to learn, don't have to memorize all bombastic words, but if you can, please try to read a lot on the words, the vocabulary in your textbook, your workbook, and your textbook. Basically, all the words in your syllabus. Alright. So for some occupation, alah easy, senang je, maksudnya pekerjaan. But remember, for others, they may not know it. Okay. So for this one, occupation, pekerjaan. Look at the 3 bullet points given. So what occupation would you like to explore? One content point. And give reason. Reason with S, meaning more than one reason. Okay, to be safe, you can have 2 or 3 reasons. 2 or 3 reasons, okay? And then the impact of the profession on society. So what is the meaning of the impact of the profession in society? Before that, can we use idioms? Of course you can, but don't overuse them. Especially for your essay in part 2, which is a bit formal compared to your email. Okay? Of course, go for it if you can use idioms correctly. Okay, Mr. Alif, how do we explain the impact of the profession on society if the students cannot understand the meaning of the word impact selain daripada maksud berlanggar sesuatu? Faham impact dia macam mana? So,
okay. Of course, another synonym for impact, or actually I can think of 2 right now. One is effect, and another is perhaps consequences. So maksudnya kesan lah. Pekerjaan atau ambition ni kepada masyarakat.
Yes, that's correct. So basically, we have learned the word come again.
We have
impact,
impact, and then we have effect.
Yes,
and
effect.
Consequences.
Okay, effect, kesan. If you haven't heard of the word consequence, okay, it means the same as effect, which I believe all of you should have at least encountered the word effect at least once in your life. Okay, so effect means kesan. Kita dah belajar dah cause and effect, kesan sebab dan kesannya apa dia, consequences kesannya apa dia. Okay, and then we also have reason, sebab kenapa suatu perkara berlaku. So that is what you need to prepare for part 2, which I believe your teachers have taught you before and have been taught since last year. Okay, in Yayasan Impak YouTube video, please go to the channel Yayasan Impak and search for the videos for Bahasa Inggeris. Alright, hopefully it will help you to prepare because you have 1 month for your real SPM papers. Okay, next. This is a paper from SMKA or SIBK. SMKA, Sekolah Menengah Kemasan Agama or Sekolah Agama Bantuan Kerajaan. Alright, so your class has been discussing the issue of people smoking and vaping. One of the problems faced by the teachers, specifically discipline teachers and PKM, Penekanan Higher Murid. Alright, the problem of people smoking and vaping, it might be a sensitive issue for some. Alright, your teachers has asked you to write an essay about how to improve the situation. So basically, if you understand an essay about how to improve, what is improve? Improve means untuk, kalau kamu tengok di bullet point yang ketiga, menambah baik, untuk elokkan. If you do not understand the words overcome in bullet number 3, ways to overcome actually means the same as improving the situation. Maybe you know the word improve, but you do not know the word overcome. Don't fret, don't be afraid. Please try to look for the points or the words that you know to help you to answer this question. So remember what the issue is, one content point. Reasons more than two, at least 3 reasons, or then ways to overcome, more than one way. So issue, okay, 1 reason, 2 reason, and then 1 or 2 ways to overcome smoking and vaping among pupils. And remember, if you look at the tips given in the previous videos, do not exaggerate, do not over exaggerate. Okay, ways to overcome smoking and vaping is by chopping off the hands of the people who smoke. Potong tangan habis lah. Okay, so please do not over exaggerate. You know it best because you have friends who smoke, you have friends who vape, you have your family members who are smoking and vaping. So please try to think of the reasonable ways to overcome or to improve the situation for this specific question. Okay, so that's it for part 2. All right, next is for part 3. Okay, so these are some of the questions done for various states in Malaysia, for all the states in Malaysia, because we have another slide showing other states. Okay, questions for part 3. So remember, we have 4 formats. For part 3, only 3 questions will come out. And if you look at the pattern for this, the state level questions, we can see that probably story is there to stay. Maksudnya story itu macam confirm dah keluar dalam periksa SPM kita. Okay, so you can prepare for story and please prepare for at least 1 more format. Okay, do not focus on story only, or if you want to focus on review je, no, do not do that please. Kalau tiba-tiba keluar format yang kamu prepare satu je tu, memang kamu akan gelabah. Okay, so at least prepare for 2. Why don't you prepare for all 4? Remember, you have only 1 month, and 1 month you have 9, 10, 12 subjects to prepare on. So please, now we have to study smart. Yes, you have to study hard. Study smart and study hard, both comes together. So please focus on at least 2 essays for part 3, if you can. Alright, so if you look at the the topic, okay, given for review, for example, we have film, song, movie, hygiene product, family day. Okay, for report we have Merdeka Month, Carnival, basically reporting on something that has happened, or reporting on why students select interest in English based on a study. Okay, and for article you may talk about charity, e-sports, crimes. So basically you have to look at the topics. Which topic do you think you can answer effectively? But you have to remember, if you look at the question, okay, let's look at the next slide, please, Mr. Dave. Okay, so except for SMKA and SABK, okay, only, yes, all right, only SMKA and SABK prepare article. Okay, other states prepare for a report, okay, for question number 1 in part 3. All right, let's look at the question. Okay, let's look at the question for article. All right, even though the topic might be easy, okay, for example, like this one, okay, having a pet. So you know a pet, what is pet? Haiwan peliharaan. So this one is straightforward article, straightforward content. Your favorite pet, satu je, nah, no S, satu saja. Why is it helpful to have a pet? Okay, you have to understand the question. Why is it helpful? Kenapa ianya berguna ataupun membantu untuk ada pet? If you say by having a pet, it is so fun, sangat menyeronokkan, it might not be considered as your content point. So you must state the reason why is it helpful to have a pet. If you want to say because it is fun, it will help soothe our ailing heart. Dia boleh menyembuhkan atau melegakan hati kita yang sedang sakit, melegakan semangat kita yang sedang down apabila dapat keputusan tak elok untuk trial, facing our SPM examination. Yes. Okay. Is it good to use bombastic words? Yes, of course, if you use it correctly. If you use bombastic words correctly, you are welcome to use them. Okay, jangan tiba-tiba bom sana, bom sini, tak kenal tempat dia. You will not get marks for it. You probably will, your marks will probably be deducted for your language. Okay, so please use them. Confer with your teachers. Confirm boleh, tanya boleh, cikgu boleh tak guna sini kat sini, sebelah sini. Macam ni boleh guna komersial sebelah sini. Yes. Okay, try, because you are trying to ramp up. Tinggikan lagi, you are trying to increase your marks for language specifically. And of course your communicative achievement. Bagaimana kamu menyatakan, how you write, how you explain your idea. Okay, using bombastic words will help if you use it correctly. Okay, alright, next question for article. Thank you. Smartic 5 Bukhari. You have to be formal for article. It is up to you. If you want to write formally, it is up to you. If you want to write not informal but semi-formal for article, it is up to you. What do you mean by formal or semi-formal? Probably the usage of pronoun. Okay, you can use I, so it is not that formal. Okay, I believe that we can do this. I believe that by having a pet, we can. Okay, so it is not that formal. Okay. So I believe this is touched during your Form 4 in your full blast textbook. Okay, in writing article. Okay, you can have a bit formal or a bit semi-formal for article in terms of your language. Okay, so meaning to say I don't think you should put hi, bye, see you later bro, smell you later, no, for article. Okay, right, thank you very much. Next slide please. Okay, so this one, articles wanted my ideal classroom. So for those who do not understand the word ideal, dia bukan maksud dia idea, classroom idea saya, no. Okay, so if you think that you might not understand, you may deviate from the content, what the question wants. Please try to focus on the other question. Okay, the other questions first. Alright, so looking at this question, what do you want to have in your classroom? Easy. Nak ada apa dalam classroom? What facilities? So the word facilities, of course, it is mentioned previously in your textbooks in Form 4, Form 3, Form 5. Okay, but for those who might forget it, so please, again, please try to increase your vocabulary so that when you face this kind of question, you know it is easy actually. Tak susah mana pun. Walaupun perkataan macam susah, facilities, bombastic words kan ni? Ada perkataan yang memang ada dalam syllabus kamu. Right? How do you want to decorate your classroom? Decoration, ya kamu tahu, hiasan. Okay? Right? So please look at the content points which will help you to get your marks for your communicative achievement. Macam mana kamu terangkan content kamu tu, idea kamu tu. Do not make it too simple because it is a bit strict. If you see the video done by Madam Aiman and Madam Sarah a fortnight ago, okay, they've told you about the marking scheme, the marking rubric for part 3. It is stricter than part 1 and part 2. So basically, you need to use complex sentence. You need to give complex ideas. Okay, complex ideas tu bukan masuk idea yang susah. No, how you describe, how you elaborate your ideas. Okay? Okay, that's all for article. Now let's look for, this one is review. Okay, one of the favorite questions for my students in Sekolah Menengah Agama Fauzi. Okay, for them it is a bit easy because like what Madam Aiman have told and Madam Sarah have taught you a fortnight ago and previously, okay, in previous videos, and of course I believe your teachers have taught you too. We can prepare a template for you to answer any review questions. Okay, so for this one, looking for the most popular homestay in your area. So basically, you are talking about your homestay. Okay, but please be careful. Look at the questions. Tell us the name. Okay, it is easy. Name of your homestay. Do not forget the location of the homestay because it is stated there. It is asked there. Okay, nama dan juga lokasi. Kat mana lokasi tu? Lokasi tu bukan nak bagi latitude and longitude. Tak. Okay, boleh bagi lokasi tu di mana. For example, in Sungai Petani, in Taman Ria Jaya, in where in JB. Okay, in Lembah Pantai Kuala Lumpur. Okay, and then give reason why you like this homestay. Kenapa kamu suka. Okay, give at least 2 or 3 reasons. And then, would you recommend this place to others? And give reason why, give justification why. You can, of course, repeat. Okay, what the reason that you have given why you like this homestay. Okay, please make sure you follow what the question wants for your content point, for your communicative achievement. Okay, use the magic template given by Madam Aiman Sarah and your teachers. Okay. Alright, next question. I think another review question. Yes.
Question for you. Can we do a negative review or is that not in the marking scheme?
Alright, for that, yes.
And usually we would give 5 stars, but what if we give 0 or 1 star? Is that appropriate or is that not?
Okay, for that, if you look at the question, explain why you like this homestay. If the question asks, explain why you like or dislike this homestay, you can go either way. But if the question asks for you to give reason why you like this homestay, do not deviate from the question. Jangan lari daripada soalan. Even though you may write a long essay with flawless grammar, okay, but your content point might be 0 because you are not explaining why you like this homestay. No, I mean 0 for reason why you like this homestay lah. If you already given the name and the location of the homestay, no problem, you can still get the content pointer there. Okay. Alright, from M. Firdaus, how many paragraphs should we write is up to you, but it is recommended for you to write at least 1 paragraph for 1 content point. Except for this type of question, tell us the name and location of the homestay. If you want to make it the name and the location in the same paragraph, yes, I believe it is recommended. Okay, kalau tiba-tiba satu perenggan bagi nama homestay tu, the name of the homestay is Homestay Batu Indah. And then, alamak, macam mana nak elaborate? It is because it is okay. So it is a bit hard for you to just write a single paragraph focusing on the name of the homestay. But if you can, go for it. Because I believe you are more creative than either of us, because you are teenagers. Teenagers should be creative. Teenagers should be wild. Should be free. Okay, but within boundaries. Okay, paradox. Wild and free within boundaries. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Next question. Yes, next slide, please. Okay, another review. Okay, personal hygiene product. And I know the word hygiene is mentioned in your textbook, in your syllabus. Okay, so you should know the word, the meaning of the word hygiene. So personal hygiene product, personal sendiri. So what is hygiene? Kebersihan. Okay, but if you think that alamak, I forgot apa maksud hygiene, and you seriously cannot recall, okay, try to focus on other questions. Okay, but if you think other questions are harder than this question, then you have to try your luck. Okay, try your best, do your best to write focusing on product, personal, and then try to include the word hygiene if you can. Okay, all right, what is the product? Give reason why the product is good for you. So, moving on to the question given Mr. Arif, can we write negative reviews on this? All negative reviews. It should not be that lah, because soalan dia nak why the product is good for you. If you give 3 reasons why it is good for you and at least 1 small reason, okay, why it might not be that good, okay, why people might not like it, why people might avoid it. For example, the price is a tad expensive. The price is a bit expensive. And then you cover balik. Okay. But, however, I believe that the positive reasons given previously trump, okay, mengatasi harga yang agak mahal tu. So basically it is worth it. Ianya berbaloi walaupun harga agak mahal. Boleh buat macam tu, tak ada masalah. So you can at least put one negative points but a minute one yang agak kecil lah. Janganlah bagus untuk kesihatan, bagus untuk mewangikan badan. Ini keburukan dia adalah ia akan boleh menyebabkan kita kena kanser. Tak ada. That is a very big negative no. Okay. And then would you recommend the product to your friends? Okay, please, if the question asks you for recommendation, do not forget to recommend the product to your friends and please provide reasons. Okay? Alright. Good question, Miss Izzah Azalia. Of course, according to the rules, your invigilators, pengawal peperiksaan, should not help you if you do not know the meaning. Okay. Basically, you are on your own. Apa dah study dah bertahun-tahun dah study, and then you have struggled for 2022, and now you are taking your examination in 2023. When you enter your examination hall or your examination room, you are on your own with the help of God. Okay, so that's why you have to prepare beforehand. Prepare why? Jangan masuk dalam tu gelabah, tolonglah saya. I'm sorry. We cannot help you. Okay. Don't worry. Just pray that you have prepared enough, and I believe that inshallah your friends and all pupils in Malaysia who have prepared enough for this English paper, I believe that you will get the question that you can answer. Okay, inshallah. Okay, next slide. After review, how many words I should write in a paragraph to control the... don't worry. Okay, don't worry. It is not fixed for you to write how many words, as long as you have the basic thing, which is the points, elaboration, and at least an example. Points, elaboration, example. For example, for this one, why the product is good for you. To start the ball rolling, memulakan cohesive devices, or first and foremost, what hygiene product? Dettol shampoo is good for us because it helps to kill the bad bacteria on our body. Okay, boleh? Dah ada beberapa perkataan tu. Okay, so at least focusing on the sentence. Okay, this is because kenapa ada bahan-bahan, there are components in the shampoo that will help us to fight the bacteria or to kill the bad bacteria that cause smelly odor ataupun bad odor from our body. Bila kita macam tu, and then give an example, bagi contoh. Okay, so bila kita gunakan sabun ni, when we use the Dettol shampoo or the Dettol how do you say apa kita panggil sabun mandi, what's English in term tu, dalam botol.
Maybe there is the liquid form of soap.
The liquid form of okay, soap, yes. Okay, bagi contoh, bagi example, bila kita gunakan tu, when we use that, we will not have smelly odor anymore. Kita takkan ada bau-bauan yang busuk lagi. At least you have 3 sentences. Kamu ada 3 ayat, 1 perenggan. No problem. Do not make it seems as 3 sentences in a paragraph is a bad essay. No, jangan kata macam tu. Okay, and of course, if you have already covered the points, the elaboration, and the example, the words there, okay, if it is incomplete sentences, grammatically correct, you can still get the good marks for your content, CA, language, and of course your organisation. Okay, so jangan kalut pasal kira perkataan, sebab perkataan sepatutnya tidak dikira dalam memberi markah. But it is logical. If your essay is too short, terlalu pendek meaning, perkataan terlalu sedikit, probably your points will not be enough or your elaboration will not be enough for you to get full marks or higher marks for your part 3. But if you use a lot of words, selalu banyak perkataan pula, probably you will deviate. Kamu akan lari terlebih sikit, jauh sikit daripada kebenaran ataupun daripada what you are trying to say. Or it will make your risk, okay, to get it wrong in terms of grammar. Okay, dari segi tata bahasanya, untuk dapat salah tu meningkatkan risiko kamu untuk dapat kesalahan tata bahasa. So basically, if you have practiced, okay, and I believe you have practiced since you were in Form 1, inshallah you can do that. Can we use a product name which doesn't exist in the market? Of course, as long as it is logical. Of course, as long as it is logical. Janganlah pula shampoo jenama Samsung. Tak kenal lah. iPhone Pro Max shampoo. Tak kenal. Okay, because it is not logical. Alright? If you put, for example, okay, I'm bad in creating names. How to say, Pokemon Unite shampoo. Okay, can lah. Boleh lah. Okay. Alright, no problem as long as it is logical. Okay, it is not too, how to say, merapu sangat lah. Jangan merapu sangat. Okay. Devon Devon conditioner. Boleh? Tak ada masalah. Devon ada kan? Nama Devon. Alright, thank you for the question. Next, after review, we have a story. Okay, this one I've always reminded my student, if you like to write a story, which I believe all teenagers do. Kamu suka bercerita, kamu suka bersembang, kamu suka cakap sorang-sorang, tak apa, but you are telling a story. You can. But you have to really understand what the question wants, or at least the topic of the question. For example, a terrifying experience. For those students with lower proficiency level, mungkin terrific. Oh, terrific benar tak? Terrific tu maksud dia bagus, hebat. Oh, pengalaman yang hebat. Seronok dah. But actually you are not answering according to the question, so you will get maybe a minimum mark for content and your communicative achievement. So make sure you really do understand the question. But how to know that if you are alone in your the examination hall, then we cannot help you. Okay, so be prepared early. Yang tokoh tu tak kata pun, again, as long as it is logical, as long as dia kena lah dengan soalan. Okay, it correlates directly to what the question wants, apa yang soalan nak, boleh, tak ada masalah. Kecuali pepatah yang maybe betul-betul famous, tahu dah kata, okay, orang ni kata pepatah ni, tiba-tiba you say ada person, ada orang agama ni kena pepatah ni, tiba you kata agama lain pula. Okay, tu maybe terlalu nak nampak sangat dia punya perbezaan ataupun tak kena dia tu, it is not that coherence, tak kena lah. Okay, pepatah tu dengan tokoh yang dinyatakan, you might not get marks for that. Okay, so be careful. Biar tokoh-tokoh bidang. Yes. Yeah. So basically, if you want to do anything, if you want to put any idioms, any kata-kata hikmah, any pepatah, please confer with your teachers. Ask your teachers first. Okay, cikgu sesuai tak pepatah ni? Janganlah when you are in the examination hall, baru masuk dewan, pak, aku rasa nak buat ni, aku rasa nak buat, I think I want to do this, I think I want to do this. Tak pernah buat selama ni. Okay, you are putting yourself at a risk. Okay? Alright, thank you. Okay, next question. This one another question for story, if I'm not mistaken. Next slide, please. Yes. Your teacher has asked you to write a story for the school magazine. The story must begin with the following words. To me, this is something new. Mudah aja. Oh, bagi saya, benda ni benda baru. I could not wait. Apa? Okay, but there are students of low proficiency level might start with, my teacher has asked me to write a story for the school magazine. Salah. Okay, so be careful. Whatever you do, be prepared. If you are prepared enough, you will not make these major mistakes. Okay, there might be some errors here and there, but major mistakes will not be following you, okay, into the examination hall. So be prepared early. Alright, so kena mulakan dengan ayat ni. To me, this is something new. I could not wait for what? Okay, a description for your experience, and please understand the second point. State. State maksudnya negeri. Negeri satu lesson. Saya tak kenal. Yes, probably. Takkanlah orang nak fikir macam tu. No. Okay, we have to remember there are students with proficiency level, they might not understand. Okay, that only has one meaning that they do understand. For example, state. Dia tahu state maksud dia keadaan. Contoh, keadaan lesson order pening kepala dah. Okay, so help your friends to help you. Okay, with your teachers. Buat dengan sama-sama dengan cikgu, buat sama-sama dengan kawan. You are helping your friends. At the same time, you are learning something too, and you are helping yourself to be careful in the future. Alright. So I think that's it for a story. Any other slides for this one?
I think that's it for writing for part 3.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
To add on, I think if you're doing story kan, you make sure you read the question. Dia kata apa? Story begins, story ends, or whatever it is. Make sure it's there.
Yes.
Yeah, just in case if you want to do story, make sure it is correct. Like Mr. Imran said, jangan guna dengan this one, your teacher ni. You have to just start with this one. Dia kata end with some sentence. You have to end with that sentence. Be careful. And of course, kena dengan tema. For example, the previous slide, we have a terrifying experience.
Yes.
Pukul dia combine dua-dua. Dia bagi tema dan dia bagi something to start with.
Yes.
Make sure it is relatable with the question. So, story is very risky if you don't have any idea.
Yeah, not only relatable, but your story should, a majority of your story should focusing on the theme. For example, terrifying experience. Satu perenggan je pasal terrifying experience, lagi 5 perenggan tentang seronoknya berjaya menghadapi terrifying experience tersebut. I'm very happy that I've gone through that terrifying experience. So now sekarang ni saya tengah buat apa. Okay. So you are not actually focusing on what the question wants. Okay. Alright, so I think after paper 2, we should focus on paper 3 because we cannot seem to find to share the slides for paper 1, part 4. Alright, okay. To you, Ms. Arif.
Alright, so let's have a look at paper 3. The one that we are going to highlight today is Kedah's paper 3 trial questions. So I'm sure some of you who are from Kedah dah buat lah. Maybe you got set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending on which day you are taking the exam and what is your preference lah masa dekat sekolah, right? So let's have a look. Alright, so the set 1 and 6, you have your part 1, of course, it's an introduction. Then the interview, ask you where you live and what's your name and everything. We're not going to highlight that here. Basically, sama lah. Whichever set you get, you're going to get the same question. But where it differs is part 2 and part 3. So if you are candidate A, for example, you might get part 2A from this list, and so on for part 2B, and then part 3 is for both of you. Okay, so kalau ada part set 1 hari tu, you might have gotten this question talking about your best friend. Kan, you have to understand the meaning of each of these question first. So for example here, favorite local food, if you got set 1 to B, some of them might misunderstood. Dia ingat favorite fruit, for example. Dia salah. Dia ingat buah. Will you get the mark? Will not get the marks? It depends on the question. Will point tu pula. Tengok. Kaitan atau tak. Maybe your local food is the local fruit. And you can putar belik bagi masuk. Manipulate the questions into your favor. Good lah. But if you cannot, you might not get that mark. Dia mark lah. Communicative competence tu tak kena kalau you don't understand the question. You might get marks for vocab and grammar lah. Let's see, you got good grammar skills and vocabulary skills. And then part 3, ways to help a friend in studies. Okay, cara-cara nak membantu kawan dalam your studies lah, dalam pembelajaran awak. So let's check some of the other questions. Memorable holiday at a local destination. Nampak? Maybe you like Korea, you like BTS or Blackpink or whatever, you want to go to have a destination, holiday destination at Korea or in Japan or in America or whatever. But you have misread the question. You're local.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It has to be somewhere in Malaysia. It doesn't have to be in Kedah or if you're not from there. It can be like I want to go to Genting Island, or something like that. But it has to be local. So Malaysia has to be somewhere in Malaysia. So jangan salah.
Yeah.
Tengok holiday shock. Soalan senang kan? Shock holiday.
Yes. May I add, it should be logical. Jangan pelik sangat tempat tu.
Yeah. Benda tu tak ada, don't say that it's there kan. If people know it, especially famous places. Okay. sport that you would like to try, okay, this one's pretty straightforward. Sport tak ada masuk lain, so you should be good here. Ways to attract customers, cara menarik pelanggan. Of course, you have to check. Usually customers here means physical store, mall ke supermarket. But if let's say kita tak masuk soalan lagi, it can be online somehow, an online store. So check. It might be a bit different. So kemudian. Okay, the next one is an environmental problem in your area. Okay, environmental problem ni masalah-masalah alam sekitar lah. Right? It can be a pollution, it can be the crash or something. In your area ni, of course, the examiner might not know where you live, so tak kisahlah masalah tu di tempat lain. You just bring it to your area. Let's say you live in Taman Intan or Taman Ria or wherever it is, but the problem is not there. Mungkin awak boleh tarik problem from somewhere else to put in your local area. That's the only difference there. And then you have community project that you joined recently. Of course, it can be any kind of project. Mungkin recently we have flooding, right, in some of the states. Maybe even some areas in Kedah also, right? So maybe you went there to help the people with their flood, and maybe you help with charity or something also. Or maybe a different skill is where you help donate or help prepare food in your local mosque, surau or masjid. You have a program there, you can help a local community project. If it involves your masyarakat lah. And then the part 3 is the ways to promote tourism in Malaysia. All right. Okay, so set number 4, we have a crime that took place in your area. Sama macam environmental problem tadi. Tak semestinya it really happened in your area. You can take somewhere else from the news. Maybe you read from the news. Boleh bobo in your area. And then you have disciplinary problem in your school. Okay, this is a bit of a tough word, but it's in your textbook. It's in your syllabus. So kena tahu lah masalah disiplin di sekolah. This is what it asks. Okay. And then you have ways to reduce pollution. So this is related to set number 3 tadi, environmental problems. So pollution is one of the problem. You can talk about it. Of part 3 tak apalah, dia bagi isi, so you can use it from there. Okay, and then we have set number 5. Set number 5 dia benda yang berlawanan. It's an opposite kind of question. One person will get indoor games that you enjoy, and another person will get an outdoor game that you enjoyed. Okay, we have a question here. It's better for people to highlight the keywords. Hang on. It's better for people to highlight the keyword before they draft their essays. Oh, okay. This is a question for the writing paper. Of course, yes, you should highlight the keywords in the essay questions, especially for example, just now the previous one we had a review question. Maybe you can highlight lah. If it's asking about why is it good for you, like the hygiene product earlier. Why do you like it? Meaning reasons why you like it and stuff like that. I think some question they might be a bit particular with the details. Some might be a bit more open, like the story. There's only 1 or 2 details. Terrifying experience, and then the beginning sentence or something like that. For the just now. Okay, thank you for the question. So, and then for set 5 part 3, we have ways to help a friend in need. Ini kawan-kawan yang memerlukan pertolongan, some kind of help. And then you have the last set, an item that you bought online. Okay, some of my students, they forgot about talking about the item. They terus kata, oh, I bought this from Lazada, Shopee or whatever. But dia tak habaq what item. Dia beli phone ke, watch, or book, or laptop or something kan, dia tak habaq. You have to mention that also. And last, for part 2, we have a gadget that you like to use. Any kind of phone, not necessarily to be a smartphone, but maybe yang tu paling senang lah. Majority of us uses smartphone, whether it's our parents ke, kita punya sendiri ke. I think that's the easier one if you get this question. Kalau dia tak highlight which kind of gadgets, dia kata right now, any gadget open, maybe smartphone is easier. But some of you don't like smartphone, maybe you like laptop, for example. You like to do video editing, right? You guys now like Instagram and TikTok like that, and YouTube. Maybe you like laptop more than the handphone because you say you can do more things. So boleh, tak ada masalah. And the last one is the ways to keep the environment green. Bukan nak bagi colour hijau atau sesuatu. I know you know the colour green, the word green, but it means to make it flourish, to make it more friendly to both humans and animals, so that we have a better oxygen level, and have less rubbish and pollution, things like that. Make it green. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at this one, the one is for part 3. So basically, it is important for those who understand. Okay, ways to keep environment green, meaning like what Mr. Alif has told you, bukannya nak bagi alam sekitar warna hijau. Please help your friends, those who do not understand the real meaning of keeping the environment green. Okay, because you are there in pairs. For part 3, you are discussing among yourself. Okay.
Boleh, you can mention to your friend. You don't have to keep quiet. Marah-marah dia pula tak. You can mention it. It is better kalau if you're good, better than your friend, you can explain it in English. Kan? Kalau you want to say in band, probably better to whisper it lah. Jangan bagi.
Yes. Do not let your assessor or interlocutor hear that you are using Malay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Say lah kata, bukan hijau lah weh. Tapi jangan jerit. Do not shout to your friend. You can. Jangan duk sengak itu. Habislah kami fail lah ni. No. You can still help your friend. Help each other. Untuk part 3, very good to help each other. That's why it's a discussion and conversation task. Bukannya individual task. Okay, I think that's roughly the set we had for our Kedah trial question lah. Kalau negeri lain we have, we can share also in the Yayasan Impak punya page. But so far I haven't received any from a different state. We can ask around and see. Maybe your teacher more connected than us. They can also get the question from Telegram. Okay. So this is the important part when you're doing any paper. Paper 1, 2, 3, 4. But for paper 3, there are 2 people giving marks for you. Ingat? Not your interlocutor only, not your assessor only. Can you explain again, sir? Which part do you want me to explain again? Is it the question part ataupun pemarkahan? Okay, never mind. Okay, let's just say this part. Just give a rough explanation again. So make sure you understand the words. Perkataan-perkataan yang digunakan dalam soalan tu. Meaning vocabulary. Sama lah, you're going to do reading, writing, listening pun semua kena ada your lexicon, your vocabulary. Kena tahu the words. And most of the words will be in your text. Form 4, Form 5, even Form 1, 2, 3 lah, if you can still get access to that. Kan? The words are not like alien for you. Kalau awak tak bisa dengar, but you never saw it in your textbook before. So go and spend some time this weekend ke, maybe today you're tired already, this weekend go and check. Kata-kata first lah, of course, faham perkataan. Number 2, you have to think about the correct ones. So maybe it has to be something related. For example, environmental problem, it has to be something related to environmental problem. Maksudnya mungkin masalah what else? Rubbish. Everybody is recycling. Kan? Kena berkait dengan soalan. Janganlah dapat topik ni, awak tak tengok bullet point tu, saya kena tengok. We just talk about whatever it is. Okay? How can we help our friend when they got stuck to the point while talking? I'm not sure about part 2. I don't think you can help your friend. But part 3, if you're stuck, we can help your friend in English openly. So, examiner boleh bagi markah lebih kat awak lagi. Oh, dia ni membantu.
Yes.
If you cannot, don't know the idea in English, maybe like I said earlier, whisper lah di maklumat dalam pelan lah. Not
If you want to help your friends, misalnya, I think you can say, do you mean, for example, if you know that your friend are mistaken, you're making a mistake in answering the question, you can say, oh, do you mean this or do you mean that? You can help them. That's how we can help.
Sentence, you have the idea, you can bagi idea kada dengan guna ayat Mr. Imran said just now. This kan? Boleh. You are allowed to help your friends, especially part 3, please.
Part 3, yes.
Yes. Part 2, unfortunately, is an individual part. Kalau pemeriksaan tu baik pun, I think she will just ignore your comment. If she is a bit strict, maybe she will warn you about something. Amaran lah kan, aku jaga-jaga for part 1 and 2. I don't know, depends on the assessor that.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, the most important thing is understand the question. Tadi kita repeat for our friend, maybe she miss some of the information. Faham soalan? Penting. Apa meaning? Now you have time to learn about the words. Tanya cikgu, tanya kawan-kawan. But during the exam, yeah, the examiner will not be helping you. The assessor will not be helping you by giving you the meaning. Tak ada lah. Unfortunately. Okay, so now this is the important part I said earlier before we repeat the previous slide. Ada 2 orang yang bagi markah, 2 people, assessor and interlocutor. Meaning, let's say you boarded kat mana apa interlocutor tu, you only get maximum of 6 marks. because the assessor is holding 18 marks. Total markah kertas 3, 24. 24 marks. Kan? Banyak 24 marks. Almost 1% each. And pemberatan for each paper is 25% if you remember. So it's about 1%, meaning you lose a lot of marks if you miss some marks here and there. Okay, I'm not going to scare you. But I'm going to just help you target which area you want to go for. So of course we're going to do grammar first. This is important for learning grammar lah, antara yang penting lah. Alright, so of course you should always aim the highest. 6 and 5 is where you are supposed to be. Of course lah, some of our lower proficiency friends maybe they go down a bit to 4 ke 3 ke. But I hope nobody is at 1 and 0 because that means you're not talking at all lah. Wapi duduk 2 minit tu senyap saja. Kan? So I hope you are not at that level. We are trying to move from 3 to 4 into 5 and 6. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So what does that mean? Markah dia ni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so for grammar, what you need to understand is I see the overall first before we go deep. It is the ability to communicate accurately dengan tepat. Maksudnya kalau grammar awak terabak, it can give you different meaning. Not just the vocabulary terabak. Kita talk about grammar first. Is it a plural or singular event? Grammar. Is it a past tense or present tense event? What you are trying to say? Itu maksud boleh berbeza if you don't have an accurate command of grammar. No good control of grammar. Kan? Okay, and then the structure, is it a simple structure, is it a complex structure? Grammar pun ada structure juga, not just sentences dalam essay sahaja. Okay, of course a wide range of grammatical structure yang tadi jelas, complex, and of course you need to be able to link your utterances, your sentences together with cohesive devices. Remember, in all the essays earlier, we have all this to start the ball rolling, the more, moreover, all those things are called cohesive devices. Wacana. Sama juga in speaking, you have to use. You have to always the higher the more complex level of your cohesive devices, the more mark you might get from the assessor. Jangan duk pakai. I know you're familiar with next, then those are a bit more simple. You might not get the maximum marks, not get the middle marks, medium level saja. Those are simple kalau your from 1 to 3 level. Now you are from 4 and from 5, you should aim a bit more complex than that. Yeah. Did I miss anything, Mr. Imran?
Not anything you did. It's okay. So far, so good.
Okay,
if you have any question, please ask. Okay, specifically regarding your
speaking. We can go back. Yeah, we can go back.
No problem. Yes. Remember, your speaking test starts, if I'm not mistaken,
13.
Right.
13 February somewhere there on the Monday, I think. Yeah. So dekat dah tu. Right. Okay, so we check the next section of the marking scheme. We have vocabulary. Sama juga band score of 1 until 6. Sorry, 0 until 6. So you don't want 0, of course. So we aim for the best. Tak dapat pun jatuh sikit-sikit je. Alright, so vocabulary, I think you are familiar with what kind of things they are aiming for you. Choice of words, your diction. Okay, it has to be words that convey meaning, yang menyampaikan maklumat dengan sesuai. Okay, it has to be a wide range of appropriate vocabulary. Berkaitan dengan topik tadi, kita ada environment, kita ada sports, gadgets, and so on, so many. So kena berkaitan, kata-kata sesuai. Okay, of course we have common words yang boleh pakai di mana-mana. Like some adjectives we use everywhere depending on the context. But if you have the nouns, especially noun, kata nama yang sesuai dengan topik itu, use that. And if you know it, good, use it. Okay, so for example, one example of good vocabulary is, you know the word big. Everybody knows the word big. You have to get the higher marks, you have to use the better version, or not better, but more complex version of it.
Yeah.
For example, you can upgrade to huge, gigantic, colossal, and so on. Banyak lah. You can Google this. Probably 8 to 9 meaning of yang bagi maksud big tu banyak. You can Google that. Okay. I usually talk my students, but they are a bit lower. You see, jalan level. Big, huge, maybe your teacher gave you more. And delicious, another one. Delicious is very simple. You all know this. Maybe you can use tasty, maybe you can use scrumptious. All these words, you can use it. That is what it means by using a more complex version of the word.
Bombastic words.
Yeah, bombastic word inilah. Bukannya bombastic word doesn't only means all the poetic words. Sometimes, sometimes it's just this kind of words. Okay. Alright, did I miss anything for vocabulary?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we are on.
Yeah.
We might be on time at 20 minutes. We have one to do some questions. Okay, the last question for your assessor is communicative competence. Okay, maksudnya the ability for you to produce a natural flowing speech. Maksudnya tak ada banyak berhenti, tak banyak pauses, no hesitation, 2 minit habis. Loceng bunyi. Kan? You're not going to get marks like that. Kena practice, be confident to make sure it flows naturally. Kan? Macam awak sembang kawan, pasal semalam kita tengok bola, siapa menang. Macam tu, but in English, based on the topic. Kan? Bagi flow dia normal, bagi flow dia nampak natural, nampak asli lah. Okay, so what we have here is can express him or herself spontaneously. Bagi idea, pak. Idea. So that is highest level. Of course, kalau when 5 I was skip ada little hesitation. I mean, like 1 or 2 seconds to think. You know the words, but I mean masa skip je. Terus good. Kan? Initiate, maintain and develop and close conversation. Ini especially for part 3 lah. Kan? Siapa yang mula, siapa yang sambung perbualan tu and of course siapa yang tutup perbualan tu nanti. In your discussion section in part 3. Part 2, this doesn't apply to it much. Okay, and of course, the last one here we have can relate contributions skillfully and effective to those partners whom her lah, meaning girl kan. Maksudnya, you can keep the conversation going. You can maybe even help your partner. This is where you get the contribution mark. Okay.
And also specifically in making a decision for part 3.
Yes, remember you have 2 parts kan. Part 2 ada, I would say part 3.1, 3.2 lah. Kalau ikutkan tak apa pun. So the part 3.2 is where you have to make one decision based on the topic. The first one yang you discuss more point or as many as you can depending on your time lah kan.
Alright, and this also relate to the question by Miss Iza, where if you help your friends here, okay, you can get marks for communicative competence.
Yeah.
As long as you do it in English.
Okay. Another thing I would like to highlight is that it's not in the marking scheme. Is of course make sure your voice is very clear. Sebabnya, I'm not sure of the current one. Last year we are in PKP still, so kedudukan dia agak jauh, and people are wearing masks still because of the right. So if the assessor cannot hear you, they're not going to ask you to repeat. Tapi dia nak want.
Yes.
So make sure you practice to speak clearly, kuat, dengar. Agaklah budget dalam 1 to 1.5 meter ke, maybe practice siap agak jarak dah. Kalau kita dengar, insyaAllah dengar lah di depan awak saja. Assessor akan duduk. If you notice the video on YouTube, banyak kalau dah sebagai perusahaan letak, you can notice that the people who is working sebagai assessor tu duduk jauh. Kan? So practice that, maybe with your friend dulu kalau segai macam you have the voice sampai. Lepas tu go and practice with teacher. Dia akan confirm your voice is good. Nanti tak ada lah nampak. But your assessor tak dengar, dia tak bagi apa. Right? So you have to make sure your voice is also clear. Maybe what about your throat and English kan? Like your ice cream every day or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor to give you advice on that part. Okay, so the last band score is from your interlocutor. Meaning usually it's your school teacher lah, you assess kan. It's going to talk to you, talk with you and then give you a maximum of 6 marks. Kan? So you can check there, but mostly this is an overall performance. Not specifically grammar saja ke apa kan. An overall performance. Your teacher, if you are good enough, he or she can give you 6 marks. Okay. Question before. The friend can probably ask if you agree with me. Do you have any other answer? What do you think of it? Yes. Exactly. Very good. Thank you. This is a good example of how to help your friend, especially in action. Kalau kita nak dia panic, this is some good ways to help.
Please remind your friends if they have any question, just try to use this. Do you agree with me? Do you have any other points? What do you think of my point? Okay, so for those who can help your friends, you can respond to that. Okay.
So this one I just touch and go a bit lah sebab kalau kita ni is a bit broad kan, dia general sangat lah pemakaran dia. So the first of course, you can understand questions and instructions directed at you, meaning when you are discussing, kan dia tanya soalan, what do you think about this point? What do you think about this point? Perhaps you can answer it correctly. You understand the question. Okay, those are some of the things that the interlocutor can give marks to you. And then you can ask a question. Sama lah, you give suggestion, or you can disagree or agree with your friend, and then some kind of conversation conversation lah, perbualan. Of course, the level is where it determines is it full mark or 5 mark, 4 mark and so on. And of course, can produce extended relevance lectures lagi. Maksudnya betul lah awak pakai grammar yang betul, pakai yang sesuai, competence yang sesuai dan sebagainya. All these just an overall mark. Dia tak berapa detail as your assessor mark. So don't worry too much. As long as you score based on the assessor punya scheme, you should also score in the overall performance. Betul lah? Kan? Okay, so this one you just touch and go a bit because this is not as important as the one that's now. You aim for that one, you get this one, insyaAllah lah. Okay, so this is what I'm going to base our following discussion is based on what Dr. Sarah and Teacher Aiman has already discussed some time ago lah, lama sekali. There's a link where you can pause this and or you can just search dekat Insight punya channel ada. Okay, this is based on their topic. They call it, they like Sora, if I'm not mistaken.
Sora, yes, Sora.
So we adapted that one to show you today based on the Kedah question just now. We try to get a few example because berapa minit lagi kan, tak berapa lama kan. Okay, alright. So how to use this? That's what we're going to do to go through. Kan? Sample. This is a sample template. This is not the correct answer or anything. Jangan dok kata sample ni salah. This is just a sample for you yang tak ada idea nak mula.
Yeah.
This is one of the ways lah. Salah satu. Jangan kata ni. Don't think like that. So of course, kalau ingat tadi kita kalau dekat grammar, one of the important things is devices. Dalam sample ni dah ada dah siap-siap. To start the ball rolling is your devices to start something like first and foremost. And then we have furthermore, moreover, we have personally, I believe something. And then penutup kita ada important to that simple one lah. Complicated sangat. How to use this? To start the ball rolling, I will talk about question. This is whatever question you receive. Then our to A or to B, this is what you get. You can repeat it here. This I show you how to use it. And then you talk about your first point and second point and so on with reason bagi sebab. Okay, that's why I highlighted because, the main reason, because. So, ni tak sure macam nak pakai, we check the question, how you use it. Okay, so let's check set 2A, set 1 2A, candidate 2A ni kan. For question 2, you get this topic, a best friend, talk about your best friend. So, first of course, soalan tu kata apa? Talk about your best friend, kata ini. Start the ball rolling, I will talk about my best friend. Jangan lupa change the pronoun.
Yes.
Bukan cakap pasal assessor, interlocutor punya best friend, kita punya, the student. Kan? So change the pronoun. Always I will remind the student. Dia kadang lupa nak change pronoun. Dia kata, no, not my friend, your friend. Macam tu lah. Okay. My best friend. Okay, dah habis question topik semua ni kan? That's point number 1. Point number 1 refer to bullet point number 1. How does your best friend look like? Okay, Opa dia macam mana? Faham soalan ni kan?
Before that, Mr. Arif, don't forget the name of the best friend.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Of course, the best friend is a person kan? Person wujud bagi nama. Orang nama apa. Kalau nak senang, kawan sebelah. You have your partner right? Kalau selalunya tu kawan baik lah kan? Kalau bukan pun, just petik mana-mana nama. Tak ada masalah. For example, to start the ball rolling, I will talk about my best friend. His name is Imran. Mr. Imran is the best friend here. For example, how does your best friend look like? Lupa dia macam mana. So, kalau tak mau pakai I because of the question, you can change into I. Kan? Or then you can pronounce as to my best friend look like Jimin from BTS or Jungkook. Or whatever. Kalau perempuan, maybe you can say Lisa from Blackpink or whatever it is. Okay? I'm just using an extreme example. Okay?
I don't know that.
Second point, how do you meet each other? Furthermore, I met my best friend ataupun I met nama kawan tu, I met in Sekolah Rendah Taman Indah, for example. Okay, because we were in the same class.
Yeah.
We were in the same class, 1B or whatever it is kan. Itulah, tembak sikit. Kalau betul lebih baik. And the third question, what activities do you enjoy doing together? Okay. Moreover, I enjoy playing badminton with friends. The main reason I feel this way, we both love the sport and our idol sebagai tambah lebih ni, new student A ni korang. And our idol is Dato' Lee Chong Wei. We have the same idol. Tak payah banyak-banyak you can sport. Because we love the sport pun dah cukup. Tak ada masalah. Bagi lebih. Okay. Personally, I believe the last question, whether it's important to have a best friend, you can agree or disagree. Why atau why not? Kena bagi sebab lah. Kenapa agree atau tak? So let's say we agree dulu. Personally, I believe it is important to have a best friend because they help you, they help us when we are in trouble. Contoh lah. Kalau awak disagree. Personally, I believe it is not important to have a best friend because I prefer to be alone. Kan? Boleh either way, the examiner will not judge you. Assessor takkan judge awak, oh tak ada salah. As long as it makes sense, masuk akal, macam misalnya logical just now in the essay pun sama juga lah.
Yes.
Ada masalah. Lagi soalan tu sesuai lah. And then when you want to choose, you can use this. That's all. Thank you. Okay, nampak tak? This is not the only way, of course, this is an example. Apa dia dah ada banyak benda. Coincident devices, dia dah bagi reason because kan, ada penutup dan permulaan semua dengan susun elok organizational skill awak. Kan? Okay.
So then you have that one, you are trying to give the points, like what Mr. Lim said, it has cohesion, ada kesinambungan di antara satu isi ke satu isi yang lain. And please remember, try to give reasons for every point that you have. Try to do that.
If you can, you should give reason.
Yes.
Kalau tak panic tu, understand. Cannot. But kalau boleh, practice bagi ada reason. Yes. The reason is okay. Because I like it or I love it or something. Depending on the soalan lah kan, tak semua sesuai. I like it. Depending. Mungkin terpaksa pakai yang tu. Okay, so this one is local food. Maybe we try this last one lah. We go to part. Then, so my favorite local food. Mr. Imran.
Wait, Mr. Leif. You need to remind them. I know that maybe, probably, and they should know this. So students from 2B will receive a question about 2A's topic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. So after you finish this section, the examiner, the interlocutor, will take this booklet and you ask your partner, not you, your partner dulu, something about best friend. You got one question. Maybe for example, who is your best friend and why do you like him or her? Contohnya lah kan. Satu soalan dekat partner awak. Satu soalan saja. Saya ambil booklet ni balik. Alright? And of course, after your partner finishes his or her session, the booklet is given back to the interlocutor and dia tanya pula soalan berdasarkan this question. Maybe they will ask you, what is your favorite local food? Why? Give reason. Sama juga lah. They will ask you the question based on your partner's. Thank you for reminding me about this. I almost forgotten about it. Okay, so sama juga this one. Maybe Mr. Imran wants to try this based on the template to give an example. Oh, I think we have some technical error over here. Yeah, it's okay. Mr. Imran, can you?
Okay. Sorry again. What's your question?
Can you try give using the template about this question?
All right, no problem. Okay. So to start the ball rolling, my favorite local food is roti canai. Okay, so because I like it. Okay, you can use the reason given Mr. Alif. I like it. Okay, where do you usually get this food? Okay. Furthermore, okay, I can get this food. I have eaten this food in a stall near my house. Okay, makan di kedai berdekatan dengan rumah saya, berdekatan dengan sekolah saya. Okay, so this is because I know the stall owner. Saya kenal dia punya owner dah. He is my neighbor. For example, we can do that. Alright. So why do you like this food? I like roti canai very much because it is scrumptious. Opposite word. It is scrumptious. Or it is finger licking good. Okay. And then I personally believe that I prefer local food more than fast food because I believe you have learned about fast food. Okay, fast food supposedly unhealthy compared to other type of foods. So I believe that I prefer local food more than fast food because it is healthier than fast food, specifically McDonald's, KFC, and Burger King. Okay, how did I do, Mr. Alif?
Excellent. I think that's a good example. Plus, this is where, if you notice, Mr. Imran cakap pasal neighbor kan, the owner of the store is a neighbor. Is it in the question? No, right? We boleh tambah because it makes the your speech, your performance here more coherent. nampak syok apa tu ni, macam ada lah nampak. Kalau tak dia macam tergantung, boring kan, tergantung is a bit boring lah for me. So this is where Mr. Imran put his own idea, it's not in the question, it makes sense.
And it is logical, kan?
Yeah.
It is logical.
Itu penting, jangan tembak yang tak kenal langsung kan. Alright, okay, so the last section is part 3. This is the more difficult question to some of you, but if you know how to tackle it, it should not be as difficult. But the script is a bit longer lah daripada part 2 tadi. Okay, especially because we have 2 parts, you have to remember. Part 3 dia akan tanya, the interlocutor will talk a bit longer, but the summary is, first you discuss, second you make a choice. Itu kesimpulan dia. So this is the sample template lah. We have 2 people, you and your partner. So maybe if you are starting, you can say, shall I start? And then your partner will reply, yes, you shall. And then use the cohesive devices yang kita dah guna tadi juga. Okay, to start the rolling, furthermore, moreover, and so on. This one lagi kita tunjuk macam mana nak pakai. Okay, here you can add on one more sentence here. Kalau point tu bernas, you can say that is an excellent point. Baru sambung point. Before you terus sambung point, untuk mencelah tapi tak kena. So cara nak mencelah tu mungkin bagi kena sikit. Okay, you can also ask your partner here, what about you? What do you think? What is your opinion? Benda-benda ayat-ayat macam tu boleh pakai for you to ask your partner to continue the conversation. Also, if you remember part 3 ada 6 point, right? The mind map thing, the circle things. Okay, but because there are only 4 points to buy. So in the sense that why I chose this kind of explanation. Sebab sometimes you don't have time. You take time to make the sentence. So it takes longer. So you might not have enough time for point number 5 and 6. If you have time, sambung saja. Pakai lagi cohesive devices yang lain. Tapi addition, besides that, banyak lagi lah kan. So that's one reason. Another one, so that both of you got equal chance to mention at least 2 points. Right. Takut seorang ni habis ambil 4 point, tak ada point. Tak juga. So make sure it's balanced. Kita ambil seorang 2 dulu. If you have time, you can add on. Nak 2 orang add on boleh, seorang saja add on boleh. But to be fair, seorang satu lah kan. So that you get each 3 points. This is the first discussion session. And then another section is where you have to make choice. Okay, of all the 6 points, I just highlight point X, but I tak mau recommend you point 1 mesti betul. It doesn't mean that. Sometimes you don't like point number 1, you like point number 4 or whatever it is. So I just put X and Y here lah. You guys learn mathematics kan. X and Y is just break and key and the like. So this is a sample discussion for choice punya bahagian. Why don't we choose this one? Your partner will say, maybe can you explain more to me? I'm not sure kan. Tak faham, tak setuju. I think you mentioned the point, you give your reason. You ask your partner, what do you think? So there are 2 ways to go here. So one of the good example for a conversation, awak tak setuju dengan point dia, for example. I'm not so sure about that. As you said, point X just now. However, for me, I think this point is better. I say this because reason. Sebab. Okay. I can see your point. Now you tak reply lah, tak mau buang masa. You only have 2 minutes kan. So don't waste too much time. I can see your point. I agree with you with the new point ni, yang why. Because it's the reason. We don't want you to go to a debate. You don't have the time. If you have time or you join the debate club, good. But otherwise, don't. Jangan buang masa. Okay. And then one of your friends, the other partner will conclude by saying a sentence like this lah. I'm glad we can agree with the same point. I think that's the end of our discussion. Tutup. Lagi clear pemeriksa tu dengar. Oh, dia tutup. Kalau tak dia duduk ngangak. Dia belum. Dia tu tak ada lagi. The time is still there. So bagi nampak. Start and stop. Remember dalam band score kita tadi? Start and stop. Initiate and close conversation.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so kita check how to use it in this sample. Betul lah. Kan? Alright. So we have the question here, ways to help a friend in studies. We have watched educational videos, form a study group, notes, share motivational words, create a healthy competition, and work in pair. So let's role play and try this for me and Mr. Imran. Alright, so
No problem. This one for making decision or what?
we try both. We try and see for both from the start until the end. Okay, so I shall be A lah. In this context, my name starts with an A. So shall I start, Imran?
Yes, you shall.
Okay, to start the ball rolling, I believe Watch educational videos is a good way to help friends in studies. This is because by watching educational videos, I can learn and gain new information. Furthermore, I choose to exchange notes as some way to help a friend in our studies. I say this because we might gain a different point of view when we exchange notes. Maybe our friend is different too. Okay, what do you think, Indra?
Those are excellent point, Mr. Alif. All right. In my opinion, I choose forming a study group. This is because I say this because it really do help. It really do help us to help our friends in studies, especially those who are really weak in their studies. I think my answer seems to be like middle proficiency level students. Okay. Moreover, I choose creating a one, two, three. I choose sharing motivational words because we can increase the enthusiasm of our friends to study and to do their best in order for them to get the best score in their examination and in their life. What about you, Mr. Alif?
Okay, I think your points are excellent too. Uh, in addition to those, I want to say that we should help our friend in studies by creating a healthy competition because we both want to be the best. Okay, we both want to be the best in our class, so that's a good competition. Any last thought, Imran?
Yes, I do agree with you. And to create a healthy competition and to help our friend in studies, we should also work in pairs, work hand in hand to achieve the success together. We can exchange notes. We can also watch educational videos together in pairs because then we can exchange any ideas or any
Knowledge.
any notes that we have about those videos that we watch together. Because when we do everything alone, we are actually distancing ourselves from help that we need.
Okay,
Okay.
these are excellent points, and I think that's the end of our discussion.
Yes.
This shows that you have finished your discussion for
Yes.
part 3.1. It's not mentioned as 3.1.
Yes.
I would say it's 3.1
It's
lah.
on the end.
And then the interlocutor would ask you, so which one do you think is the best? Some kind of sentence like that. Dia akan tengok, dia akan tanya ke kita, mana yang the best one? Alright? Mr. Imran's freezing again. Hello, Mr. Imran. I think he's loading his internet connection. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm a bit of.
I just explained that after you finish part 3.1, your interlocutor will ask you to choose which one is the best way to help a friend in studies, for example.
Yes.
So let's conclude our session tonight by trying to practice this part. So for this multiple choice section or 3.2, it's not mentioned. Internal 3.2 lah. Okay. So I will ask my partner, why don't we choose this one? Exchange notes.
Can you explain more, please?
All right. I think exchange notes is a good way to help friends in studies. This is because we can gain knowledge from a different perspective. What do you think, Brad?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. For me, I think working in pairs is the best way to help a friend in studies because we can do everything together. We can motivate our friends. We can exchange notes. We can watch educational videos together and exchange any critiques that we have together. And we can always create a healthy competition by working together.
I can see your point. It's much clearer than mine. I agree with you saying working in pairs is the better way to help friends in studies because, as the saying goes, two head is better than one. So you have more
Yeah.
ideas generated. You have a different perspective and point of view.
All right. I'm glad we can agree with the same point. I think that's the end of our discussion for today.
Okay, so nampak tak? We extended our conversation a bit. We're not so rigid with the template. So, kita kata, template tadi bukan jawapan betul. It's just a guideline. You can expand, you can reduce if need be, but not to reduce lah, kurang lagi, tak ada masalah pula. So you can expand if you're proficient, you can expand. Kalau awak low or medium, try to follow the template.
Yeah.
Soalan adalah marking the cognitive devices and all those things.
Yes.
Okay, tackle ikut rubrik juga. Don't just say your thoughts, kena ikut rubrik juga. Got the
Yes.
most marks. Right? So I don't think we can try the other questions, but of course you can always pause this video and check the questions here. Of course, it's also
Yes.
shared in the website if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can ask your teacher also. If you're from Kedah, I think your teacher have the question. If not, you
Yeah.
can try your own state. Sebenarnya tak ada masalah pun. We don't know which one.
Yes.
It's not going to be Kedah question guaranteed. I don't think so.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have to check on other questions. Hopefully, we are out of time to proceed.
And please don't forget to watch other videos, previous videos made by us and other teachers, specifically Miss Madam Aiman, Madam Sahara, Mr. Azrul, Mr. Yazid, of course, Mr. Alif here. Okay, and we have other videos since last year. Okay, also with Yayasan Impact Program. Please refer to them if it helps you, and we pray, we hope that we can help you to get better marks for your examination. And please do not leave your teacher, do not leave your friends, study together, do everything together, try to strive for success together. Inshallah, we will always pray for all students in Malaysia, not only our own students, but for everyone.
Yeah. Also, thank you for sharing some of the notes in the comment section. Thank you for all the good questions. Because sometimes we forgot extra points that we can give. So I really thank all the students yang participated in this video tonight. Of course, always as a teacher, your teacher might be more experienced than any of us here. So maybe they have different ideas and perspectives to help you, depending on your need. We don't know your need. Yeah. But, so yeah. I think that is it from me, Mr. Ibrahim.
Inshallah, if we have another session for you, we'll try to compensate what we haven't done today, which is discussion and
Reading.
explaining, writing tips. Answering tips for reading part 4 and part 5. Inshallah, I think we have another session. Alright, thank you very much. Thank you, Sun Impact. Thank you, Delta. Thank you, Mr. Ali, for being the best co-host here. And hopefully, thank you to students who ask questions. Whoever you are, we have our blessings, we have our prayers that you will get the best results in your SPM and in your inshallah. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I apologize for any mistakes done by all of us, especially from me, where I reconnect and lost connections here and there. Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day, good night.
Good evening.